All right, let's talk about something we all deal with: difficult conversations. Today, we're going to walk through a simple four-step formula that can turn down the heat on pretty much any argument. And by the end of this, you'll have a tool you can use to feel way more confident in those tough moments. Okay, let's get into it.
Yeah, we've all been there, right? You're in a conversation trying so hard to explain your side, but it feels like the more you talk, the deeper you dig the hole, it just spirals into a fight, and it's like you're not even speaking the same language. Well, today, we're going to figure out exactly why that happens.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start by looking at what really kicks off most conflicts. Then, we'll introduce the simple but super powerful switch from using you to using I. We'll get into the nitty-gritty with a four-step formula, see how it plays out in real life with some examples, and then we'll wrap up by exploring the psychology behind why this whole thing actually works.
All right, so first up, where conflict really begins. And here's the thing. It's often not about what we're arguing about at all. It's about how we're saying it. And believe it or not, it often starts with one tiny three-letter word.
Oof, sound familiar? A sentence like this is like a punch to the gut. It's a classic conflict starter because it's not an invitation to talk, it's an accusation. And when people feel attacked, their brains shut down, they stop listening, and they start preparing to defend themselves.
This is what communication experts call a you message. The formula is simple. You point the finger with the word you, and then you follow it up with a judgment or some blame. And this structure is basically guaranteed to shut down any chance of a productive conversation.
And when we're hit with a you message, our brain's survival instincts kick in. We either become the bear, we get angry, we roar, we fight back. Or we become the deer, we freeze, get scared, and then we just run away from the problem entirely. Let's be honest, neither the bear nor the deer is going to solve anything. So if you messages are the villain in this story, who's the hero? Well, let's introduce the alternative, a tool designed to let you speak your truth without starting a war. And that is the I message. With an I message, the entire focus shifts. Instead of pointing a finger at them, you're opening a window into your own world. You're talking about your experience, your feelings. It's about you, not them. And the best part is, this isn't just some vague concept. It's a practical, four-step formula that you can literally start using today. So let's break down exactly how to build one of these powerful little messages. Okay. Here it is, four simple parts. First, you say I feel, and you name a specific emotion, like frustrated or worried or hurt. Second, when. This is where you describe the specific behavior, just the facts. No opinions, no judgment. Imagine you're a security camera just reporting what happened. Third, because. This explains the real-world impact this has on you. This is the part that builds understanding. And finally, I would like. This is where you make a positive request for what you need to change. Okay, quick but important warning. Avoid the trap of saying, I feel that you. That is not a feeling statement. That's a judgment disguised as an I message. It's a little Trojan horse of blame. So instead of, I feel that you are selfish, you have to dig a little deeper. What's the real feeling underneath that judgment? Is it hurt? Disappointment? Finding and owning that true emotion is the absolute key to making this work. All right, theory is great, but let's see how this thing actually looks in action. Because the difference between a you message and an I message in a real conversation is, well, it's like night and day. You know, a you message really just focuses on blame, and it ends up destroying trust. An I message, on the other hand, is all about building understanding, and the result is that it actually creates connection. So let's look at two common scenarios. First, a colleague is late. The gut reaction, the you message, is, you have no discipline. You're always late. Total attack. Now let's try the I message formula. I feel concerned. That's your feeling. When the meeting starts 15 minutes late, that's the behavior, because we have a lot to discuss. I'd like us to be on time so we can finish on time. See how different that lands? It's not an attack. It's a statement about a problem you can solve together. Okay, what about a friend who interrupts? Instead of, can you stop interrupting? It's so rude. Try this. I feel confused when I'm interrupted because it makes me lose my point. I like a chance to finish before we discuss it. It completely changes the dynamic. So what's the secret sauce here? Why is this simple little shift from you to I so incredibly powerful? Well, it isn't magic. It's all based on some really fundamental principles of how we humans work. First, it dials the defensive way down. I mean, think about it. No one can argue with how you feel.
It's your personal truth. They can't say, no, you don't feel that way. Second, it shows you're taking responsibility for your own emotions. You're not saying you made me mad, you're saying I feel mad. And third, it builds empathy. When you explain the because part, the impact on you, you're giving the other person a window into your world, which makes them much more likely to want to help find a solution. Now, before you go out and try this, a couple of quick pro tips. First, timing is everything. Do not try this when you are in full-on bear mode, seeing red. If you're that angry, you need to take a timeout first. An iMessage delivered through gritted teeth is not going to work. And second, your tone and your body language are just as important as your words. The delivery has to be sincere and respectful for the message to actually be heard. So the next time you feel that heat rising in a conversation and a conflict starting to bubble up, remember, you have a choice. You can choose words that attack and blame, or you can choose words that build understanding. You get to decide.